Hello everyone, my name's Katie Game and welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club. This game has been out for a while now and it's quite infamous for a few things. I know the storyline and I'm scared to actually press new game. Let's get this over with. Please enter your name. Well, I know the recipient's supposed to be a boy, as shown in Random Encounters musical, which was really funny and great. And anyway, well, I'm a girl. But one of the reasons I love my name is because you can spell it without vowels. So I'm going to be KT. What does the K and the T stand for? Kevin Tyler. Don't know why, it just is. But call me Katie. Hey boy. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbour and good friend since we were children. Oh, Sayori. I know what happens to Sayori. Oh. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Oh yeah. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away, wouldn't we all? However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. God, the face, oh man. I know what happens. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you're thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Katie. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Hehe. I'm sorry if you're expecting voices, but I just can't for the life of me do voices. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Katie, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? No, don't think I did. I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Well, anime not so much, but games, yeah. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialise or have any skills before college. Too late. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. Oh my god. Oh god, I'm gonna cry now. I know what happens to Sayori. Oh well. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What? You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? Yeah, why do I? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day isn't ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pick up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realise that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, Know what? Well, you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. Well, maybe you, Kevin Tyler, but KT in the real world does. I've never joined a literature club, but back in school, literature was my best subject. Except for poetry. Fucking poetry! I'm a right bookworm. But though, I don't think literature as a subject is, well, it's not really fair because it's very opinionated. Like, some people liked Harry Potter or Game of Thrones. And I suppose same goes for literature clubs as well. Although don't tell Sayori that, or anyone else. Anyway, in fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well... Oh, she's blushing. That's not all that's going to happen. I kind of told the club yesterday I'd bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. Oh boy. I don't want to go either. And thus only marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. What kind is it? I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sayori always says nice things about you. She's such a sweetie. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Katie, what a nice surprise. Oh God, not you, Monika. Oh God. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Oh, really? That's the only thing you can think about? Boy. What are you looking at? I don't know, the label's fallen off. If you want to say something, say it. So sorry. Natsuki. Humph. The girl with sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognise. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monika, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Katie. Monika smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monika was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, possessive. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... Yeah, you too, Monika. Come sit down, Katie. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monika. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? I like you already, Yuri. Milk, 2 sugars, don't forget to stir. Oh, green tea. I like green tea. Just no raspberries for me. Ever seen The Exorcist? That's what happens when I have raspberries. True story. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monika and one space next... I can't speak. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monika and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens a closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. Aww. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Oh, it's cute. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Touchy. Sayori grabs one first, then Monika. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavour. I wonder if she's made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. Sayori said. Well, maybe. But not for you. You know, you dummy. You sound like Osana from Yandere Simulator. Wait a minute. Does your ID go in the toilet too? Alright, alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. Great teachers. We couldn't even have knives in my school. Right. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Definitely. I can identify with Yuri. Yuri, you're my best friend. You're my favourite character. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not true. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monika raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monika that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? Yeah. As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monika, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all that politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. Oh, if I didn't already know storyline, I'd be, oh, that's nice. But no, I know her secret. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monika really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. Yeah, my literature classes were very small. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. Very true. You might be a psychopath, but true. She's not wrong. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Natsuki, why do you have a fang? Well, it says a lot. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Then I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Katie, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. I don't read manga. It's just not my thing. Neither is anime. I mean, all my friends, they love anime. And it's just something I couldn't get into. I mean, I've watched Elfen Lied and that's pretty much it. And I tried to get into Death Note, but I just couldn't. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Nah, not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. You are my best friend, Yuri. Fantasy is my favourite genre. I love fantasy. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reversed and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Jeez, I'm practically Yuri. That's oh me. I hate Monika. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you off a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Ah, I read a horror book once. Amateur. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a grok. Oh, you're telling me, Kevin. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. Yeah. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. And I hate you. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Poetry. Now I really don't like you. Don't say it out loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori sidles up to him behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Just so we're clear, I don't hate poetry entirely. I actually did write poetry when I was younger in my drama group. And it actually did rhyme. But there's some poems. Ugh. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. Yuri, you've done it again. You are my best friend. And she's right. Like I said before, I write fanfiction and I've submitted some of my work on fanfiction.net and Wattpad. And it can be quite, intimidating when you're thinking, do they like it? Did I did this good? Did I describe that right? And another fun fact, my mother is actually a romantic novelist. She can hear me, I hope. Anyway, the truest form of writing is writing to oneself. Yuri, you are the best. You are the best. You are. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Well, I wouldn't go that far. Okay, just tone it down a bit, Yuri. Just a bit. A little bit. I agree with everything else, but that. A little bit. Too much. Anyway. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. That face. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Ah, I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Go on. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Well, that was a very short meeting. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Katie? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. You're in the right club because I can read you like an open book. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, Katie, you all, I'm defenseless against these girls. Oh, man up, Kevin. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That's it, That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Yeah, of course. Right, okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Language? And you're a first year? Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Okay. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Katie, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah, I don't think you really want to. Do creepypastas count as literature? Because I can do that. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? Speak for yourself, Kevin. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. This isn't really a literature club, it's a creative writing club. Not that I have any objections to that. Hey Katie, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Oh boy. Well, will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. I'm happy to write it for you. I'm not a total hater of poems. Just the ones that are classified as good poems, or pretty much anything in my literature classes. Ugh. It's time to write a poem. Oh, right. Pick words you think your favourite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, so that'll be Yuri, so death. I would say intellectual. Yay! Sing, vitality, daydream, colour extreme, misery? Sayori? You're into misery? I thought that'd be for Yuri. Anyway. Right, she likes fantasy and horror, as do I. Hope? Damn it! Vivid? Yay! Okay. I want another one. It can't be sweet because that's more Natsuki. Philosophy? She's very clever. Yes. Horror. Yes, horror. Woohoo! Memories, anger, shiny, empty, covered, sadness, heartbeat, fear, massacre. Massacre. Beauty, bubbles, whirlwind, cheeks, marshmallow, calm, awesome, unrestrained, eternity, ribbon. What kind of poem are you writing? Calm? Damn. Pure, captive, secretive, friends, skipping, cute, depression, defeat, flower, tenacious. Captive? Yay! Disown, fireworks. Wait a minute. What happens to our favourite club member? I just realised, because I've only seen what happened to Sayori. You know. Uh-oh. Oh well. Fantasy? What? You like fantasy? Ugh! I am... Cry, embrace, party, hopeless. Embrace? Damn it! Contamination, prayer, destiny, crimson? Yes, she likes prison. They did it to me. Look what's there. I gotta pick bunny. Oh, you're with bunny, are you? Ugh. Pain, dazzle, entropy, lust, summer, blanket, essence, starscape, nightgown, lust? No. Sugar, kawaii, well, not mistaken who that's for. Doki Doki. I think I mentioned my Twitter. I googled it, and apparently in Japanese it means every now and then. So it says every now and then literature club. But Doki Doki sounds better. Melancholy? Yeah. Chocolate, romance, kids, disoriented, happiness, disaster, vertigo, hop, boop. Romance? Oh. Pleasure, tears, wrath. Oh, wrath certainly fits you. Clouds? Oh. Quit picking the cute ones. Time, anxiety, effulgent, vanilla, dream, determination. Ah, great. Dark, fluffy, after image, question, headphones, melody, variants, sensation, dark. Why? Oh god, suicide's in the list. Oh, I'm not picking that. Passion? Oh. Oh boy. I didn't want to choose Sayori. Well, I wasn't keeping count, so I hope I got Yuri. Hi again, Katie. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Katie. I hope this isn't too overwhelming for a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. I don't like you. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Yeah, I'll see the end of it. Come here, come here. Don't think I haven't dealt with kids before, because I have. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Oh, snap. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monika and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Katie always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. Yep, Kevin Tyler surely does. He helps me with busy work without even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Oh boy. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Katie can become good friends too. Sayori? Awkward silence. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she's putting me into. Oh, Yuri even bought you something new today. You know? Well, wait, Sayori! Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. No, come on, I want to know what it is. Is it a bunny? Probably not. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. Bunnies are a big deal. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. How could you tell? I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monika are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. So this means I did get Yuri? Oh boy. Oh god. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging round in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little more, but I can't speak. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She seeks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. No, carry on. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Aww. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focusing, I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book that you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? Ah. Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, and... Ah! That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. Oh yeah, we've all done that before. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Makov. That's an anonymous looking eye symbol. There's an anonymous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. Wow, can I get this book? And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of... Yeah, I think I might change my mind at that. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Katie? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. Wow. She's right. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. That's kind of what the protagonist does. The antagonist is the obstacle, who basically creates the whole story. I mean, how did Harry become the chosen one? Because of Voldemort. I don't think anyone can sympathise with Voldemort. No. Anyway, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologise. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. Yeah. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading, right? Yeah, you don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit... Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading company with someone else. With someone. I can't speak. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realise that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. So sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologise a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. Oh, Kevin. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you reading? No, you're not, Kevin. To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own involution. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Right, do I have to put an age restriction on this video? There was a warning at the beginning when I opened it. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But, Katie, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. But wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Ha! What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone! Oh, Monika. I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. You didn't get to that bit already? We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. Ah, it's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? Anyway. I guess I don't have too much of a preference. Either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? No. Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monika enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monika wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monika's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, Monika likes all the attention, obviously, so let's go with her. I should start with Monika. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in an effort. Hi, Katie. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or anything or thing, If you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Yeah, I bet you are. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I don't blame you, Kevin. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Katie. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. Why is that? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get... But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. Great job, Katie. I bet you say that to everyone. Or at least every boy who walks into the room. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes to use simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. Yeah, you're doing it, Richa. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. Does creepypasta count? Because I like creepypasta. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's 'cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. Eh boy, I'm not comfortable at all. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbour, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realise now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. What? God, I feel like I'm back in literature class. Oh well. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Yes, it is. Sorry, I'm not really into that type of person. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been put in putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. Uh-oh. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your good brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. That's actually pretty good advice for a fictional psychopath. I know where this is going. Don't get attached, Casey, don't get attached. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy up later. That is excellent advice. Wow. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my poem to next? Yuri? Why not? As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Nothing. Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. No, I won't. You're my best friend. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. No, it doesn't. It does not at all. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognise in new writers is that they try to make a style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. Can I join this club? The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. You do, Yuri, you do. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Okay. I mean, people did like my poems, but, you know, I didn't get praise like that. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It may take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. That's true. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased. Though. Really? I had no idea. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologising to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate between the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Okay. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. No, I didn't. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. That was mild. Ooh. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Haha. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Katie. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poems often express their own thoughts, feelings and experiences in their work. Come on, Yuri. Don't be one of those people. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. Okay, I'll give you that. In this case, perhaps, the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. I didn't think of it that way. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours is impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Katie. Me too. Uh-oh. Who should I show my poem to next? Get Natsuki over it. Well, it's about what I expect from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. I just didn't invoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? Do you? Come here. Come here. I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Well, at least I can read your writing. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Not bad. Not bad at all, actually. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why aren't you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. You haven't heard of Dr. Seuss, have you? But isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read but it hits you hard. Yeah, I've read plenty of poems that did that. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into that than I realised. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Yeah, I'll give you something to learn about. Come here. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. Smart ass. I decided to humour her with this comment. I can't speak. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Good boy, Kevin. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, Sayori or Sayori? I think I'll show Sayori. Hey. This is a good poem, Katie. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in this spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Katie. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? You think I'm selfish? Says the one who almost burned a house down thinks I'm selfish? Trying new things like this with other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees a full picture of my motive here. I hope you do burn your house down. No, I don't. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, we'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, make me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I thought I'd do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that. It was just... I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. She's not wrong. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monika's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. Oh god, I appear to say that. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out that nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Katie did too. So based on that, I'm glad to give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. You go, Yuri, you go. And Katie liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... Ugh. You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Katie appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? And are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cute. Cutesy. Ooh. This could get ugly. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Katie started showing up. Someone jealous? Someone still in the training bra? Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. She's the president, of course it does. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Katie! Yeah, I'm still here. She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? Convoluted, I can't speak. Anyway. The meaning should jump out the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Katie. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning them most effectively. Avoiding them is not only necessary. Avoiding them is not overly unnecessarily limiting yourself. It's also a waste. You understand that, right, Katie? Cupcake? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course, that's going to be... Well, you're just a little bitch, so I'm going with Yuri. Natsuki, you're right, and I liked your poem. See? Oops. Wait, that's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. Did I pick the right one? I was trying to side with Yuri. Oh, man. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it. and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yeah. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologised. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. So I did take Yuri's side. That's good. She's trapped. At this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki! She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri! Best friend, I don't hate you. No. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Katie, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, What thing did Natsuki say? Huh? Did you stuff your bra? We've all done that, right, ladies? Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Good idea. Yeah. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Katie, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Oh boy. And maybe you learned something new from your friends too. Yeah, Natsuki's a bitch. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself. I did learn a bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Katie! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Hehehe. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Enjoy it while you can, Kevin. Sayori, about what happened earlier. Huh? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Katie, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. Aww. Oh boy. And I think everyone really likes you too. Well, yeah, I'm delightful. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught into the kind of situation I'm in. Really, sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Well, that was fun and a little awkward. Ugh. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at here. I'm not looking forward to... Well, I'm not going to spoil it. Anyway, if you liked it, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more. See you soon!